Welcome to the RC Retro channel. In this episode, we are going to look at the Kyosho Raider ARR and give it a quick spin on my friend Harry's track. Now, the Kyosho Raider ARR is near and dear to my heart, as this was my first hobby grade RC when I was 11 or 12 years old. My uncle took me to the hobby store and pretty much thought that this would be my best option. It's an entry-level buggy. It was released in the late 80s, and that's what it was marketed towards, as an entry-level to get people like me into the hobby very easily, because it was ready to run out of the box. All you had to do was put stickers on it and your own radio gear, and you were ready to rock and roll. Now, like I said, this was released by Kyosho in the late 80s, and there were three versions of the Raider. The Kit Raider, which you had to put together with the red body and the white wheels. The second was the Raider ARR, which came out of the box already pre-built. All you had to do was add your own radio to it. And then there was the Turbo Raider, which was a slightly more hopped up version of the Raider with a little bit more powerful motor, had bearings in the gearbox instead of bushings, and had the gold oil-filled shocks. The Raider and the Raider ARR have friction shocks, and I've actually been trying to source a set of those gold shocks for the Raider and have been unsuccessful in doing so. There is a set on eBay, but they are rather expensive. They're a little over $100, and I don't necessarily know if that's quite worth the money. So if you have a set of those gold shocks off of a Turbo Raider and you'd like to part with them, help me out. Please hit me up with a comment below, and I'm sure we can work something out. I'd greatly appreciate that. But my plans for this was to get those shocks on here, a little bit bigger of a motor, and that hasn't quite panned out, and I'm tired of this just sitting on my shelf. So I did swap out the bushings in the gearbox for bearings, and I got it all set up, and I'm going to give it a blast on my friend's track later today. And I do have a new in box Kyosho Raider ARR, so I was thinking about maybe taking this and converting it to a Turbo Raider, but in order for me to do that, I would also have to source the really cool neon orange wheels that are the same design as the ones on the Ultimas, I believe. So I would have to do that, and I can get an MCI stickers, and I can get a TBG body painted up white with the neon orange and make it look just like a Turbo Raider with the gold shocks. But that's in due time and another project for later on down the line. That's if I do get those gold shocks, right? And can find some of those neon orange wheels. All right, but regardless, listen, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoy the running footage. For my subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care. I'm back. You're not going to get rid of me that easily. I am back with the Raider, and you'll also notice over here I have Albert Attaboy being painted up. So consider this a little bit of a sneak peek into one of my upcoming videos, and I'll just leave it at that. And that video will probably be coming out within the next week or so after this Raider video. But just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Raider. First off, handling-wise out there, you know, kind of underwhelming. Not too quick. Suspension was kind of stiff. Definitely can use those oil-filled shocks like I was talking about earlier on in the video, and I definitely want to put in something just a little bit more powerful as far as a motor in there. Not too crazy, just a step up from a silver can. But definitely it was fun. It was nostalgic. Remember when I was a kid, I just ran this in the street in front of my house back and forth, and when I got this a couple months ago, I did take it out to the baseball field, but again, just back and forth around in circles in a dirt field. So it was nice to get this on Harry's track and see what it can do. Unfortunately, like I said, a little underwhelming, underperforming. So I would like to, you know, hop it up a little bit, just have a little bit more fun with it. On a side note, I did have fun making the video, and just so you know, I actually injured myself in making of the video. In one of the video clips of this running, you kind of see the camera following it along around the whole track, not just me taking, you know, the GoPro and going like this. Like I was actually behind the car running after it, and when we hit the straightaway, I started to sprint down the straightaway to keep up with this thing, and I felt a pop in my left calf, and basically couldn't walk after that. I was hopping around on one foot, filming with my GoPro, and basically went to the doctor the next day, and I tore my calf muscle. So for 6 to 8 weeks, no running or jumping. So I don't know how I'm gonna film my cars running around the track now. So I don't know, Joe, Harry, the guys I hang out with, maybe you guys will start filming and running after these things around the track. So yeah, the sacrifices we make for RC, and that's about it. So I will leave you with the raw footage of me chasing after this thing, and when I hit this straightaway, you'll hear me be like, ah! And that's when I tore my calf muscle. For the love of the hobby, right? All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care, everyone.